This summer, FIFA is running the biggest, weirdest, most chaotic World Cup in history. 48 teams, 104 games, and a brand new escape hatch that lets you lose 2 out of 3 group games and still make the playoffs. Yeah, and read that again. If you grew up watching World Cups, everything you know about how teams advance just got rewritten. And if you don't figure it out before June, you're going to spend the whole tournament wondering why some third-place team with 1 win is still alive. So let's fix that right now in 4 minutes. Let's start with the headline. This World Cup has 48 teams. The old one had 32. That's not a small bump. That's a 50% increase overnight. In theory, more teams means more countries get a shot at glory. In practice, it meant FIFA had to redesign the entire tournament from scratch. You can't just add 16 extra teams to an 8-group format and call it a day. The math doesn't work, so they didn't. Here's the fix. Instead of 8 groups of 4, we now have 12 groups of 4, groups A through L. Every team still plays 3 group games, one against each of the other teams in its group. FIFA actually considered doing 16 groups of 3 teams instead. They scrapped that idea. Why? Because 3-team groups create scheduling nightmares, and they open the door to collusion, you know? Hey, let's just draw 0-0 and we both advance. Nobody wants that. So 4-team groups survived. Honestly, probably the right call. In the old format, only the top 2 teams from each group moved on. Simple, clean, 16 teams. Done. This time, 32 teams advanced to the knockout stage. That's the top 2 from every group, plus the 8 best third-place teams across the entire tournament. Let that sink in. You could finish 3rd in your group with 1 win and 2 losses, and still be dancing your way into the knockout rounds. It sounds like it rewards mediocrity. In some ways, it does, but it also gives a lot more countries a real chance, and it makes far fewer group stage games meaningless. It's a trade-off. Okay, so how do you decide which 8 third-place teams get the golden ticket? It's not random. FIFA ranks them using tiebreakers in this order: goal difference, then goals scored, then head-to-head record if teams are still tied, then fair play. Yep, fewer yellow cards can actually save your World Cup, and if they're somehow still tied after all of that, they literally draw lots. Sounds simple, it isn't, because now a team could enter its final group game already knowing it needs to win by 2 goals, not 1, just to jump another third-place team playing in a completely different stadium. That's pretty wild. Now let's talk about the scale. This tournament has 104 matches, up from 64. That's 40 extra games packed into the calendar. The team that lifts the trophy this time has to win 8 matches, not 7. 1 more than any previous World Cup champion has ever needed. More games means more chances for a Cinderella run. It also means more chances for player burnout. That's exactly what critics have been warning about. FIFA says it's manageable. The players' union disagrees. I'll let you decide where you stand, and this tournament isn't happening in just one country. The United States, Mexico, and Canada are co-hosting the World Cup, spreading 104 matches across 16 venues in 3 different nations. The final will be played at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey on July 19th. It's the first World Cup in North America since USA '94, and the first ever hosted by 3 countries. So here's the one-sentence version. The 2026 World Cup replaced win your group or go home with just don't finish last. And that one change completely reshapes how every team approaches this tournament. Is that good for football? Depends who you ask. Is it going to create some absolutely chaotic final match days? Without a doubt. My prediction, we're going to see at least one team celebrating what feels like a win after a draw, because that draw locked in a 3rd-place spot and a ticket to the knockout stage. Screenshot this and come back to see if it happens. If this video helped you finally understand the new format, hit subscribe. I'll be breaking down the World Cup like this all tournament long.